Coming up.
I realise that's a really dumb question.
How'd you say that?
Behave yourself.
You get the best job, Sam, you really do.
In the same one, I was also a demonic guinea pig.
I edit quite hard.
We're not all here trying to earn an Oscar. We're just having fun with it.
We are actually here trying to earn an Oscar.
There's no right or wrong way for this one.
Now, is it like a human-sounding cat or a cat-sounding cat?
I think Mark's over-delivered.
That's how a cat sounds to me.
I see.
Go up to that line as close as you can, but you can't cross it because then the whole thing falls apart.
Nobody has said that after coming on this podcast, Michael. Nobody has said that.
And now, enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
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 Hello and welcome to How Do You Say That? Sponsored by BritishVoiceover.co.uk. This is Mark Rice. He is my co-host.
I am, hello. And that's
Hello.
Sam Boffin, my co-host.
Hello.
Hello.
We're here again this week because we have some more work to do with voiceover actors.
Yes, and that work is working out how we say stuff by taking some scripts and reading the words out loud with a special guest.
Because there isn't just one way to read a script, there are lots of different ways.
True.
So, Mark, before we meet our guest, a bit of true or false.
Okay.
You're going to love this one.
Okay.
My favourite breakfast is marmalade on toast. Is that true or false?
Yes, it has a ring of truth to that, Sam. I'm going to say yes, true.
Yes, it is true.
Hey.
Marmalade on toast is the way
Nice.
to start the day.
Nice. Well, I also have a foodie true or false
Do
for you.
Okay.
I only really like pink lady apples. Don't really like any others.
Behave yourself. I do not believe that. You can't possibly only like pink lady apples.
It's true. It's true.
No.
I'm a bit of a fan of Pink Lady. I don't really like the other ones.
That's unusual coming from you.
Well, there you go.
I'm amazed. Okay, well.
There we go. Well, of course, we also have our very special guest, voice actor Michael Ashtiany. Hello, Michael. Welcome to How Do You Say That?
Hello, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Let's find out a little bit more about Michael, shall we?
Yes, so Michael is a multi-award nominated voice actor from Manchester who now lives in France after meeting another How Do You Say That alumni. There you go.
Yeah.
He's been in the industry for 8 years and has voiced for brands including Amnesty International, Netflix, PayPal and Amex.
He is a passionate sports fan, particularly football, and has loved voicing for his team Manchester United, as well as F1 and rugby league as well. He's also big on the voiceover podcast scene too, co-hosting the off-air voiceover podcast. Well worth a listen. He also loves all things about the voiceover industry. All things, Michael?
I do. Well, when I started trying to write this down, I was like, am I actually really boring? I couldn't think of anything. But there's one thing that sticks in my mind that I always look back fondly of. I played the drums when I was 16 years old. I had my first gig at a place in Manchester and I was really nervous because I used to drop my sticks all the time. My mum was really good friends in school with a drummer from a very famous 80s band called The Smiths. And, Mike Joyce, who was the drummer for The Smiths, got on the phone and called me before my very first gig to give me a little pep talk to, sort of calm my nerves and just explain, just enjoy the experience. And he made a bit of a joke because there's me, I was only playing in front of about 100, 150 people. And he said, oh, listen, you got nothing to worry about. We did the Royal Albert Hall. I went, that's stressful. So he put things in perspective and, this, that and the other.
Yeah.
He was really great. I had a really good chat with him for a short while and went off and had a gig. And it's ever since then, it's just stuck in my mind. It was what a cool way to sort of go into your first gig and have
That
a
is
bit
so
of a pep
cool.
talk. So, yeah, that's my interesting fun fact.
So with a let's have a look at our first script of the show and ask,
Yeah.
how do you say that? How do you say that?
So, this is a little piece of audio drama.
Is it a cat talking?
That's what conclusion I came
That's
to
the
as well.
question, isn't it, Michael? Is it a cat?
Yes, it's a cat.
Okay.
Now, is it like a human-sounding cat or a cat-sounding cat? I realise that's a really dumb question, but I have heard a radio commercial recently where it's supposed to be a cat, but it just sounds like a woman.
It's both, really. I mean, this is a cat that I also had to do ordinary voices for, a lot of different voices for, actually, but I did have to meow and purr and hiss.
Right.
Is it a cat with attitude?
It is a possessed cat.
It's a possessed cat is there like a demonic style voice that needs to come
Yes.
with
Well,
it? Or?
Well, if you wish to, but in actual fact, I was both the demon and the possessed cat. The ordinary cat around it, which is probably this bit,
Yes.
was had quite an ordinary voice.
Okay.
And the demonic cat had had a different voice.
Okay. All right.
In the same one, I was
That makes
also
sense.
a demonic guinea pig as well. In the same,
You get the best job, Sam.
I
you
get
really
the
do.
best jobs, don't I? Yes, exactly.
Right, I'm going to have a go at this, Michael. I'm not quite
for
sure
it.
what's
Okay.
going to come out.
Yeah,
so
likewise.
more ordinary cat to start with, and then demonic cat after
Well-
the hiss, maybe.
Well, if you want to, if you wish to.
Okay. Let's see what happens, shall we?
There's
Get
no right
into-
or wrong way for this one.
Let's see if we can get into Pussycat, shall we? I would like to point out that I am not illiterate. Diagnosing the actual problem is pretty much the VET's sole function in society. But alas, on this occasion, I doubt she's going to be of very much assistance. I feel the need to point out that I am not in the least bit psychotic. I am, in fact, demonically possessed. There is a big difference.
Not expecting that.
I'm
world's
thinking
best
a
of what I
director
had-
might pull me back from that.
What?
That was worlds better what I had in mind, so I'm stressed. The way it was written, I thought it was kind of like a tongue-in-cheek thing. So at first it was like, when I realised it was a cat, I was like, listen, I want to point out I'm not illiterate, or I'm quite aware that I'm a cat, but I'm possessed. Like, I was just going to have a bit of fun with it. But now that Mark's done that, I feel like I've completely missed the mark.
Well,
Or I've gone
don't-
massively too over the top.
Don't feel you've missed the mark. I think Mark's over-delivered.
Okay.
Mark, I want to ask you, what was that accent?
That was my cat. That was my cat accent.
Your cat accent.
That's how a cat sounds to me.
I see. Well, no,
Whoa. Isn't that how cats sound?
in your mind, that is how.
Only in
cats
my
sound.
mind. Oh, wow, okay.
that was probably my favourite. I'm so pleased I started with this particular script.
Mine's not going to be anywhere near
Well.
as entertaining, but oh well.
I felt quite good doing it. I could see all the hair standing up as well.
Oh,
Like a demonic version of Garfield.
One of the voices that came into my head was Beetlejuice. You know, the character by Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I thought some of that would be that could be a fun interpretation of that voice with this script, but
So Mark did do a little
Right.
bit of channeling in
Exactly.
Beetlejuice, I feel.
so that's that box tits.
So,
You're going to-
Michael, you know you have to go next, right?
Correct. That is not the greatest moment of my career, but let's do it. I'll look back at this in a year and people are like, can you recognise the day when your career started going downhill, Michael?
I can trace it back to the demonic cat.
Now, listen, nobody has said that after coming on this podcast, Michael. Nobody has said that. It's all been a career trajectory
This
from
is
there
it,
on in.
yeah. Okay, well, I guess let's just do it.
Yes.
I would like to point out I am not illiterate. Diagnosing the actual problem is pretty much the VET's sole function in society, but alas, on this occasion, I doubt she's going to be of very much assistance. Meow.
It's my favourite one.
I feel the need to point out that I'm not in the least bit psychotic. I am, in fact, demonically possessed. There is a big difference.
You see, that
is.
is more along the lines.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I hear
Yes.
you do that, Michael. I can
Yes.
sense that, in fact, I should have taken it right back.
Yes. Well, I think there are different levels of cat in this particular audio drama.
There are different levels
but
of cat in society as well.
I really enjoyed that, I have to say. Michael,
Yeah.
I love the fact that you were actually quite a grounded cat.
I just feel like you're a cat called Dave that just happens to be possessed. Like, that was
Exactly.
trying to normalise
That
it a
cat
bit.
called Dave. Yeah.
That is exactly it. The grounded bit was
Yeah.
exactly what they wanted, actually, Michael. So you definitely... The cat at this moment is in a cat box. and they're being taken to the vet by their person. So the people in and around the cat are just people, and there is a vet and there is all these things.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment, the cat is simply in a cat box. So do you want me to go for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, okay. I would like to point out that I am not illiterate. Diagnosing the actual problem is pretty much the VET's sole function in society, but alas, on this occasion, I doubt she's going to be of very much assistance. Yes, well, I feel the need to point out that I'm not in the least bit psychotic. I am, in fact, demonically possessed. There is a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, I love the fact that was a very superior cat, and that
totally
came
got
across. The difference, I think, Michael, between my read and Sam's read is that she obviously believed she wasn't in the least bit psychotic, even though she's saying it.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yes.
I believed that I was totally psychotic and I was trying to deny it.
Yeah.
There you go,
Good
see.
contrast. Yeah, it's
I
very
think
true.
that's the difference in the two reads there.
Yeah, but that's, to be fair, Sam, that's a good point actually, because there was the way you did it. There was like an air of confidence and, not say arrogance, but like, I'm not psychotic.
Yes.
Like there was that sort of, I totally got that. So yeah, Mark, you're right. I totally get it.
That was, and this cat all the way through says things like, I would like to point out. She points out things a lot.
Right. Yeah.
It in her superior way.
Yes, very self-aware. I liked it. I can see where it fitted in there.
Yeah, because the demon inside the cat was a different voice. I had to work hard at that because being the demonic guinea pig as well was a real problem.
Being a demonic guinea pig on any level is difficult to imagine, I would have thought.
What does a demonic guinea pig sound like? Just out of interest.
You will probably have it as a wild card, so don't encourage him.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No.
Good thinking.
No.
Good thinking.
Don't encourage him.
Play How Do You Say That?
Well, it's worthwhile remembering that these are real scripts we're working on, but we've changed names and some details to avoid copyright issues. And while we're on the subject of scripts, you can find both of the ones that we're using in the show notes of this episode. And I would love you to actually go and look, because we know that some people do look and some people don't. They just listen.
Michael, I'm fascinated by your script
Yeah.
because I am not a morning person.
Right. Okay. So this is a piece of script related to a series of videos that I did regarding helping people sleep. It covers a wide range of things from morning routines, bedtime routines, etc., etc. But I just pulled this excerpt out because what I like about it is that there's quite a different amount of ways you can do it. And I think personality is really good with this script. Like, you can bring your own personality to it. You can be a bit more forthright. You can be a bit more like teacher style, whatever. And I don't think any of them are wrong. I think it's just how you deliver it and how it will relate to people.
And was it on like a sleep app? Was it that sort of thing?
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah.
It was like a 400,000 word project. So
Wow.
it forms
Okay.
a part of a much, much bigger project related to all the same sort of thing.
I think you're right. This is really interesting because it is actually a moment to get a bit of personality in there.
Exactly.
Potentially, anyway.
The way it's written and sort of the way it's the terminologies and stuff, it can be really playful, it could be friendly, it could be,
Yeah.
like I say, it could be quite educational in style. So, so I just thought it'd be good to hear different interpretations.
The second bit is all about what I do every morning. I drag myself out of bed and you feel terrible for about 10 minutes, but then you're up and going.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're not a morning
Yes.
person though, Sam, are you?
I'm not. It takes me about
You're
an hour
a
and
late
half to
night
get up.
person.
Is it all adults? Is it aimed at all adults?
Primarily aimed at adults, yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say anything over 25 and above.
Okay. Right. About an hour and a half before bed, it helps to start winding down. Falling asleep isn't like flicking a switch. It's more like slowly turning down a dimmer. A little routine before bed tells your body, okay, time to switch off. And in the morning, well, here's the tough bit. When the alarm goes, get up right away. I know it feels brutal. That groggy, heavy-eyed feeling has a name, sleep inertia. But snoozing only makes it worse. The best fix? Get up, get moving, shake it off.
Yeah, good.
I like that.
Liked
Michael,
it.
what do you think?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And that exactly is my point. Like, the delivery is a little bit different to how I would do it, but it still works so well because it's got this authoritative nature to it. Like, you know what you're talking about. And I bought into it.
But it's still very story-ish.
And there's little bits as well, like, and in the morning, like, it just became a little bit more relatable as well. Like, there was a balance of, I know what I'm talking about, so take this information on board because it'll help you. But also, like, listen, I get it, you know. And in the morning, I know it's tough, you know, that sort of thing. So it balanced both really nicely.
The interesting thing about it, actually reading it out loud, was that it felt relatable, and it would to anybody reading it out loud, because we all go to bed and we all get up in the morning, and you can't help but bring your own sensibilities to it.
Absolutely.
Exactly that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly that.
I wondered if you were going to humanise it slightly more, to be honest.
Yeah.
More snoozing and inertia and groggy and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Could have done that.
But as Michael said in the initial kind of talk around of it, it suggests that wouldn't be wrong either.
You can do that.
There are obviously some ways you could do it which would be wrong, which would be like, you know, arrogant and not interested. But in general, when you bring your own personality to it, I think because we're all different in our own ways, each variation is valid to you and the people listening to it. Like, they will buy into it based on how you say it because that's your delivery, that's your personality. And so I think it's really interesting how it can be done so many different ways, and in a lot of ways all of them are okay and all of them are right.
That's always my worry about when people sort of say, oh, you need to emphasise this word or that word, or cause sometimes you get that information from, well, coaches, but also from directors, and the problem with that is there is no one way to say anything.
No.
So it's all about the sensibilities that you bring to it. So we're all going to do something slightly different, and each time we do it, we'll all do something slightly different.
Exactly right.
Occasionally you'll get a script that has got 14 words in 2 paragraphs underlined or in bold, and it's like, really, do you really want me to emphasise those particular words? Is that absolutely what's gone through the committee to get to the end stage result?
When you bring that authentic version of yourself, that version is what feels real, whether it's something a bit more playful, something a bit more direct or authoritative. You bring in that personality to it that's naturally you, so it comes off so authentic.
Yeah.
I'm conscious of what you said before, that it's part of a much, much bigger project.
Right.
And that simply means if I went big with this, it would be too much, because you can't keep either that level going, or you can't listen to something that big for that long.
Yeah.
Well, the project is about mental health in general, and part of it is sleep, and it's about how to introduce sleep routines. But the tone largely throughout the whole thing was relatively the same. There wasn't any bigger moments or smaller moments.
Sure.
So it did sort of maintain a relatively consistent tone throughout. But I suppose, Samantha, you did it quite well, actually. It's have that little bit of authority that you know what you're talking about, but try and still be relatable. But go up to that line as close as you can, but you can't cross it, because then the whole thing falls apart. And that's the key thing.
Great direction for me.
Well, no.
That's great direction for me.
Well, I think what it is again, I keep saying it before. Just be yourself with it. Like, if you were talking to a friend or someone who's having sleep problems, and this is the sort of thing you're talking about, just give them that sort of, I don't know, that stress-free, calm information that you think might benefit them. But also deliver it in a way that, you know, put a little bit of an authoritative stamp on it, like you know what you're talking about, but without, sort of trying to tell them exactly what they have to do.
Well, let's give it a go, shall we?
Yes.
About an hour and a half before bed, it helps to start winding down. Falling asleep isn't like flicking a switch. It's more like slowly turning down a dimmer. A little routine before bed tells your body, okay, time to switch off. And in the morning, here's the tough bit. When the alarm goes, get up right away. I know, it feels brutal. That groggy, heavy-eyed feeling has a name. Sleep inertia. But snoozing only makes it worse. The best fix? Get up, get moving, and shake it off.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really light, friendly, relatable. I think the very first line, from line number 2, it all followed the same sort of format. Line number 1, I think you may have just found your feet a little bit with it, and then from falling asleep onwards, it was all exactly in the same context, which worked really, really well. But when you said...
I was very conscious about walking up to that line and not going across it, Michael, as you had said. And I thought at one point, I can't remember quite where it was, I was right skirting the line and I pulled myself back.
I respectfully disagree. I think the way you did it, I think it was all the way through it. And I felt like I knew who you were in this narration. You were somebody like who had this information, was trying to give it in a calm, helpful way. And that didn't deviate. And I like that a lot.
There was a clarity to yours as well. I think I kind of in being conversational, if you like, I lost a little bit of clarity at times. You know, you managed to keep that, I think, that kind of
But it's
pace.
It's relevant to your audience as well, though. So, like, I think, like with Mark, the version you did will probably, I feel like it would appeal maybe to slightly younger audience, not like children, but a little bit younger. Because it had that sort of nicer nature to it. Whereas Samantha thought yours would go for that 25 plus, where it's, you know, friendly but a little bit authoritative. So I think the version you do, this is what I said before. You're not necessarily wrong with it. It just depends on who you told the audience is, and you can just adapt and make it work and fit that narrative. You know,
absolutely. So we now want to hear how you did it.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so here we go. About an hour and a half before bed, it helps to start winding down. Falling asleep isn't like flicking a switch. It's more like slowly turning down a dimmer. A little routine before bed tells your body, okay, time to switch off. And in the morning, here's the tough bit. When the alarm goes, get up right away. I know, it feels brutal. That groggy, heavy-eyed feeling has a name, sleep inertia. But snoozing only makes it worse. The best fix? Get up, get moving, and shake it off.
Nice.
I mean, you've got such a storytelling kind of tone to your voice. It's a really lovely way of doing it. It's friendly above everything else, Sam, isn't it, I think?
Yeah, absolutely. And all the little humanisations you put in underneath didn't feel as though you were putting them in sort of on purpose. They just felt like it was part of the narrative.
Yes, the little laugh on I know it feels brutal.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it was. It was just trying to, in those little moments where we can all probably agree that we've all been through that sort of feeling, it's the relatability's there. So I don't know, maybe some of them, those little moments, I might be asked to tone them down a little bit, but just being a little bit more playful with it. I think, sometimes it adds to that relatability, but you can push it too far sometimes. And I don't know, maybe there may be one or two moments in there where maybe I did push it slightly too far, but in general, the body of that sound is trying to keep something that's just light and relatable.
And again, it explained all of those things. We've all been to sleep and we all understand it. We've all woken up and felt like crap. We understand it. And I think that it kind of brings it home, Sam, doesn't it?
And it also is one of those things when you have feelings, if you like, about the script in the first place, when you actually have an investment, if you like, in it, that makes life much easier. It's actually why if I get a script that I know nothing about, I often go away and kind of research it, find out a bit about it, so that I love it a little bit more.
Yeah, makes sense. I think that sometimes you do get a script and you just think, oh God, this is boring as hell, but if you can find some way of making it feel a little bit more relatable in whatever way that might be, just even like say understanding it a bit better, helps you connect with it better, and that connection definitely makes a difference to the delivery.
Sure, 100%, absolutely. Well, talking of delivery, let's go for different delivery this time. It's time for the wild card. Michael, can you pick one of the scripts for Sam or for me and give us a new direction, a new something?
I have an option for both of them, and I don't know which one to go with or who to ask. Stress. All right, let's go script 2, but this time I want you to do it completely uninterested, as if you're actually annoyed that you have to actually tell people how to go to sleep at night.
And who would you like to attempt that?
Samantha, you have a go at that.
So I'm totally disinterested. I don't give a monkey's.
You're almost annoyed that you have to say this to people.
Okay. About an hour and a half before bed, it helps to start winding down, falling asleep. Oh God, it isn't like flicking a switch. It's more like slowly turning down a dimmer. A little routine before bed tells your body, okay, time to switch off. And in the morning, here's the tough bit. When the alarm goes, get up right away. I know it feels brutal. Oh God, that groggy, heavy-eyed feeling has a name, sleep inertia, but snoozing only makes it worse. The best fix, get up, get moving, and shake it off.
that was pretty bored.
That works.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I was like, wow, this person does not give a shit.
No. And do you know, there was one point in it, a little routine before bed, that was so bored that you'd utterly convinced me that you'd checked out with it.
That was great. I loved it. Really good.
One of the things it did was you were always on a downward trajectory with it.
Yes.
So unlike scripts where you're interesting people.
Yep.
You kind of try and find ways of, I don't know, varying the pace, varying what you're doing,
Sure.
putting in differences and, variations. With that, I felt as though almost everything was going on a downward trajectory, which is actually quite useful if you're ever doing anything acting-wise, where you've got to just sound bored. So that's
you could definitely tell, especially when the second half kicked in, that you were like just trying to get to the end. Like that person was just like, "Oh, just let this be over with."
I'm so bored with it.
Michael, I've got one for you.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm going to take you back to your school days, if that's okay. I want you to be the worst, most horrible teacher that you can imagine.
Okay.
The one that nobody likes going to class with. The one that is arrogant and rude and not a very good teacher in the first place and can only get disciplined by being hard with his pupils.
Okay. Which script?
Wow.
And I think script 1
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
for you.
Okay. Here we go. I would like to point out that I am not illiterate. Diagnosing the problem is pretty much the VET's sole function in society, but alas, on this occasion, I doubt she's going to be of very much assistance. Do I do the demonic growl?
If you want.
Miaow. I feel the need to point out that I am not in the least bit psychotic. I am, in fact, demonically possessed. There is a big difference.
I believed that you were demonically possessed.
I can see you as a PE teacher standing on the touchline telling the team that. It's like,
Exactly.
I am not psychotic. It's like, yes, you are, sir.
That was like all my PE teachers rolled into one,
Yes.
quite frankly.
There was a sort of horror within that. It's worthwhile, I think, telling the audience that we're recording this in the week that the kids go back to school.
Yeah. Just to set
That's
the
why
tone.
it was in my head. It's like, wow.
Have a great first day.
I think you channeled it. Yeah, you channeled it nicely.
Yeah. That was what I enjoyed doing. Though.
Demonic teacher.
Mark, I'm going to give you script 1,
Okay.
and I want you to be meeting, not by accident, your best friend from university. So you've arranged to meet them in a coffee bar or a bar or something like that.
Yeah.
And you've just seen them and they're walking across the room towards you and they were like your best mate back in the day.
All right. Okay. Oh, hey. I'd like to point out I'm not illiterate. Diagnosing the actual problem, pretty much the VET's sole function in society. Oh, alas, on this occasion, I doubt she's going to be very much assistance. I feel the need to point out I am not in the least bit psychotic. I am, in fact, demonically possessed. There's a big difference.
I have to say, I would be more alarmed if my best friend from university brought that particular moment down to quite such a... And I'm very disappointed you didn't do the demonic cat meow.
Yes.
I thought you could at least...
I thought I would skip over it. I was too in the moment with my friend. I was trying to get her ear.
So you literally brought her over and then told her a secret?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, it's like she thought that he was illiterate at university. It's like, not illiterate, not psychotic. I know what it is. I'm actually demonically possessed. Yeah, the whole backstory.
The whole backstory. I love the way she was walking across the room towards you. Yeah, I loved all that.
Visualise the whole thing.
Well, as always, we've put the scripts in the show notes. You can have a try yourself in whichever character you would like.
How do you say that?
So, Michael, there's lots of negative talk often around voiceover, and I know lots and lots of voices worry about being able to keep positive. So what are your thoughts on self-confidence?
Good question.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think we all sort of like have bouts of imposter syndrome at some point and things like that. And I think when it comes to self-confidence, I really do think social media can be your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. And I think, especially depending on where you are in your career, you know, like say if you haven't, like, I don't know, having little sort of quiet patches is relatively synonymous with being a voice actor. And it can be like during those moments, you can go online, see everyone's suddenly booking work and posting jobs and everything. It can just, it can affect you a little bit. So I think the most important thing is, despite certain things you might see online, is just remember just to stay in your lane and focus on your goals. Don't worry about other people's journeys. Don't worry about where they are in their journey. Just focus on where you are in your journey. And just keep making those steps forward. Just put the siders on and block everything else out around you if you can, because I think sometimes if we compare ourselves a bit too much, it can really make us take a step backwards rather than forwards. So I really think it's just important to, just like double down on yourself, believe in yourself, and, I think self-confidence is important to work on.
It's about getting a level of honesty out of other people as well. Social media is not an honest, reliable tool to work out what other people are doing. Of course, you're going to put your best side forward. Sometimes at conferences, people just put their best face forward. It's not an honest and reliable tell of how their job and how their career and how they feel is actually going, is it?
Yeah, exactly right. And that's what I found as well. I think from going to some of the networking events that are away from awards and all that sort of stuff, it's just people, maybe around a bar or whatever, having a drinks. The environment really does dictate the narrative. And I think that I've really found that. And that's when you feel people have allowed themselves to feel a little bit more vulnerable, myself included. And that's when you realise through conversation that we all go through the various ups and downs and the emotional roller coaster of this job, but we do it because we love it. But for all those ups and downs, most of us have experienced it at some point or another. So that relatability is always a good talking point. And you come away usually feeling like, I'm not on my own. I get it. And it just, from the self-confidence point of view, I do think it really does help. But Mark, I agree. Like with social media, it is a cesspool for BS. So you have to be really careful what you see.
What a great way of putting it. A cesspool for BS. Yes.
But it is. You have to be really careful what you buy into, and just, people, I'm going to say people you follow, but certainly just be mindful of the narratives you buy into.
Everybody has their different strengths and weaknesses. And the more you can meet other people, the more you can go out there and chat to people who are doing exactly what you're doing, trying to make it in the world of VO, the more you realise that everybody's different.
Absolutely,
like fingerprints are different. We're all different. And also there are all those other opportunities that are out there that you wouldn't otherwise have even heard of, that people talk about.
I would also say, for me, it's Sam. I'm hoping for Sam, it's me.
Oh, God, yeah.
And for you, it's Steph.
Time,
and I'm sure for Steph, it's you. To have one real confidant within the industry is also really important.
It really is, yeah.
Yes.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in your career, if you're not involved in these sorts of circles, definitely do it, because it really is good for your mental health, your confidence, etc. And like Mark said, just get accountability partner, help each other.
I'd just say a friend.
A friend,
a friend, rather than yes, they do all of those things. Anyway, Michael, thank you so much for your thoughts there, and thanks for coming on the podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it.
I've loved every second of it. Thank you so much. I really have.
Good.
Well, a reminder that all of Michael Ashtiany's details can be found in the show notes, and he is known, of course, as the Manchester VO. So if you're looking for a Manchester voice, head for Michael.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And of course, the mad scripts are there too. So do hit the follow button on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts if you're so minded.
Well, that's it for this week. Thanks again to Michael Ashtiany. We'll be back next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we'll be asking, How
do you say that?
How do you say that?